That had to be the most emotional football game I think I have ever witnessed in my entire life. Yo ho ho, Bills Mafia. Welcome to yet another edition of the Dumb Mafia Show. As always, your host, Dan Mitchell. Say, for example, that you are new here. I'm an avid member of the Bills Mafia, and I regularly put out videos about the Buffalo Bills and the NFL in general. If that is your cup of tea, I highly recommend subscribing to this channel. And as always, smashing the ever-living out of that like button. So yeah, Bills Mafia, you did read that title correctly. The Buffalo Bills are victorious. We end our season 13-3. By essentially handing it to the New England Patriots. This video, as always, I'm just going to be giving you the things that I really need to celebrate, things that absolutely made me jump from my seat, maybe even tear up, and then also a few reservations, some things that I think that need to be cleaned up going into the playoffs, but spoiler alert, it's mostly all good. Right before we dive into all that, though, I do need to give a giant shout out to BetUS, our sponsor today. It's literally the #1 sportsbook out there, if you were to ask me. So I'm talking point spreads, over-unders, money lines, player props. It's the place to be. And the best part about it is that they are giving you a free $50 just for signing up, as long as you use those links in my description, and they'll match your first deposit all the way up to 125%. So whatever you do, stop this video and make sure you check out BetUS. And so I don't know about you guys, but there's very few things out there that really could make me tear up. Number one was when G-Baby passed away in the movie Hardball. There wasn't a dry eye in the audience. Don't f***ing lie to yourself. And then number two, watching Nyheim Hines, very first play of regulation, run it all the way to the end zone. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when I saw the camera pan from Sean McDermott to the players and I just saw tears of pure joy, it literally made my heart melt. I know that Bills Mafia and the NFL world as a whole was so nervous about Damar Hamlin, and it's amazing that he ended up making such a miraculous recovery. In fact, he was released from the hospital today in Cincinnati. He was posting all over social media, cheering his team on. To see Nyheim Hines take that all the way to the damn house, that's like a movie. So I feel like Hollywood could not write a better script than what we ended up witnessing that exact first play. And really, overall, we got to give a huge tip of the cap to Nyheim Hines. He not only did it once, he did it twice in a game. It has been 3 years and 3 months since that has happened, and it's exactly what we ended up trading for him. And so that was the sort of playmaking capability that we needed. And I am so glad that Nyheim Hines is really making a statement when it comes into his special teams play. I'm really excited to see him be a bit more involved in the regular offense. However, we will get there. But then it comes down into the offense, right? Starting off with Josh Allen, this man, ladies and gentlemen, threw 2 of the nicest deep balls I think I have seen in a very, very long time. John Brown, welcome back. We certainly missed that vertical threat. And then, of course, that one to Steph Diggs. The funny part about it is that whenever Josh Allen throws these bombs, it looks like that he has the most awkward footing on the face of the planet, and he literally just flicks it 49 yards. But, I mean, he was really dialed in. I mean, he finished out with like a 61% completion percentage. Yeah, he did have that really annoying interception. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that maybe he just got nervous because he literally was about to get crushed a millisecond prior to throwing that interception. But for the most part, I thought that he did exactly what he needed to. I think special teams definitely gave him a really good cushion, and then that allowed him to be able to go after those big-time plays so we can go on ahead and get on the board. There was a lot on the line. We wanted to not only secure the 2nd seed so we can secure a neutral site for the AFC Championship against Kansas City, but at the same time, we also wanted to bring home the W at home for Damar Hamlin. So I'm going to go on ahead and give him a little bit of a break for big play chasing, although that he was relatively successful with it. Next up, what I have to celebrate, I don't think anybody can be upset with how our defense played, man. I mean, with a Trey White interception, I am so glad that he ended up getting that. It's a confidence builder, especially going into the playoffs. He was at the right place and the right time and made a hell of a play. And then we ended up stacking up 2 more interceptions. particularly in the last 2 drives, which in retrospect say that were to turn into points, game would have been a lot closer. So our defense ended up completely showing out on the secondary side of things, and I think all of us need to be very happy. Yes, it wasn't against the best offense on the face of the planet, and it is also led by one of the worst offensive coordinators I think ever to do it. However, our secondary looked absolutely flawless, and I hope that we can carry that momentum going in to Sunday. Pass rush wasn't necessarily where I wanted it to be. First drive was decent, but then afterwards it was relatively quiet. Really wasn't getting to Mac, and I think that's something that we need to really start revving up the juices because we have Miami coming in on this Sunday. But overall, man, it was just a team win. Did it for Damar Hamlin. And so I think our passing offense is looking great. Thank God Stephon Diggs is finally being involved in our pass attack once again. He finally had 100 yards in a game once again after a brief stint of an absence. And I mean, really, I feel very confident going into the playoffs right now. I think that we have the ability to write our own ticket. And so as long as we don't turn the ball over, I trust the Buffalo Bills to continue to find a way to win. This is clearly not the we're going to blow you out team that we've known for the past 2 years, but this is a resilient one, and it is a team that always finds a way to win, and in my opinion, that is the definition of greatness. So 13-3 Bills Mafia, I could not be happier. I'm looking forward to the Dolphins game. Be on the lookout for a shit ton of content throughout the rest of this week. I'm about to be going off. And so leave your thoughts in the comments as always, and before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.